Alright, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Wakakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth, 100% securely. I would like to give a salutation to the Akim and Aqua who are listening and studying to show themselves approved. This is your brother Bayan from the Tulsa, Oklahoma, Hebrew Israelite Camp, coming back to you with another quick lesson. And I just wanted to do a quick lesson uh, going into kind of a little bit of what the lesson I did last night, but it's also a little testimony of what I witnessed this morning, where I guess tomorrow is Veterans Day on the plantation, and one of the district managers came to our station, and he came to congratulate not only the veterans but the people that been working at this particular job for 30 plus years. And make a long story short, one of the questions that he asked was, what was this job like 30 years ago? And the carrier here, she mentioned, she mentioned that the how much volume of mail service that we had here, working. And one thing particular is that right here at the at this particular job, they call it flats, okay? Flats is basically magazines, it's code word for magazines. And she mentioned that back in the, early 90s, late 80s to early 90s, they used to get as much as, 14 feet of flats, okay? 14 feet of flats, which is, 14 or more feet of flat, which is, it's pretty. That's a lot of mail volume, okay, and that right there actually led me to a precept, because the Lord Yahweh Shai Shai, His words do not come back void, okay. So one thing in particular is that this place is, while the devils is basically bringing forth their mandate. Okay, they're getting things done on the left hand side, but on the right hand side, the Lord is basically chipping away at their economic system. Okay, so when she mentioned that they used to get up to about 14 feet of flats 30 years ago. Okay, now today we get less than 3 feet of flats, which is basically no mail volume is less work. And when I asked her a question about that, and she said when she first started, before that, this was before Esau Edom started, implementing the machines, the technology into the workforce. Okay, so so therefore it was more work before technology came into the work and into play. Okay, now when she first started, she said that's when they first implemented the machine that actually did the work for the for the selector. They said before then everybody was basically organizing their own mail, their own magazine by hand. Okay, so that was before the machine. So when the machine came around, that's when a lot of people started losing jobs. The job started being more less and less and less, and it been more less and less and less jobs. Okay, so I just wanted to get a quick precept based on that, that little testimony. Okay, first they get Jeremiah 51:9, and it says, "We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reaches unto heaven, and is lifted up even into the sky." Okay, and that's pretty much spot on, because here it is, ever since the technology, which is Esau Edom weapon, pretty much, they're chipping away at the technology. Okay, the technology is actually destroying their economic system. Okay, they think that they don't need uh human being just to keep on moving forth with their society. Okay, So that's a good man. That's just spot on right there, man. Esau Edom is losing their wisdom, and Babylon the Great is basically falling. Okay, so there's no healing Babylon. Okay, and I want to get another quick precept that goes into that, which is Revelation, which is pretty much said the same thing. This is Revelation 14 and 8, and it says, and there, I'm gonna start at verse 7. So like it says, saying with a loud voice, fear the Most High, give glory to Him, for the hour of His judgment is come, and worship Him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of the water. And it said, there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. All right. So this mandate that's going forth, right? So that's the nation drinking of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. She spreaded this whole mandate throughout the whole world. Okay. Babylon, aka America, is the only country that other countries want to be like. Okay, you can go to another country and you can see that these foreigners is actually wearing Nike. Okay, that come from America. Okay, you can see these other countries wearing grills and rocking chains and stuff like that. Air Force Ones, all of that stuff like that. That is symbolic for the other nation. She made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. That the philosophy that spread it throughout the whole world. Okay, and I'm gonna get another one, which is basically goes into a little bit more detail. This is Revelation 18 and 2. I'm gonna start at verse 1. He says, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and it become the habitation of devils. Okay, and if you go into that word devil, it means deceivers. Okay, the habitation of a lot of bunch of liars and trespassers and so on so forth. And it said, in the hold of every foul spirit, in the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Verse 3, it said, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. That's talking about the other nation, the kings of the earth. Okay, the other politicians, China, Russia, okay, Africa, all of these other nations. And the merchants of the earth, okay, the merchants, I mentioned that earlier, the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy. Right. All right, let's see what the precept is, fears of fornication. Right, see, and that's basically Babylon the Great, with all of their philosophies, their laws, it goes against the laws of the Most High. Okay. Right here, when you read Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 12, he said, for the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life. Right? So the Lord Yahweh Yahushua said, worship no other God but Him. Okay, that's idol worshiping. That you see a lot of that here in America, aka Babylon the Great. Okay, and And this is the good one right here too. This is Sirach 25 and 24, because it says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Okay, America, aka Babylon the Great, is also symbolic to that great whore. Okay, that Babylon, the great whore. All right, that basically through her we all die. So you depart from America, Babylon the Great, because she is symbolic to a great whore. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to bring that out. Let's get few more precepts. This is Micah 2:11. It said, if a man walking in the spirit and falsehood do lie, saying, I will prophesy unto thee of wine and of strong drink, he shall even be the prophet of this people. Right, so the prophet, which is you actually go into what is it, Revelation 12:9, I believe. Before I get that Revelation 12:9, I'm gonna jump down and read this Jeremiah 23:9. It says, my heart within me is broken because of the prophet. All my bones shake. I am like a drunken man, and like a man whom wine has overcome, because of the Lord and because of the word of his holiness. Okay, and it's Isaiah 28:7. It said, but they also have erred through wine, and through strong drink are out of the way. The priest and the prophet had erred through strong drink. They are swallowed up of wine. They are out of the way through strong drink. They err in vision. They stumble in judgment. Okay, so once you there's another precept, beautiful precept that goes into that any man that wandered out of the way of understanding is dead. What is that? So that's in the book of Proverbs. So like, bear with me for a minute. It's the book of Proverbs. The man wandered out of the way of the understanding. Yeah, Proverbs 21:16, real quick. And he said, the man that wandered out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. Right. So, going back to that quick precept, they wander out of the way of understanding, which means when the Lord Yahweh said they stumble in judgment. Okay, that's what they're going into, because they can't see in the right manner according to the laws of Yahweh. Okay, it's another one where it said into the law and to the testimony, if any man speak not according to this word, there is no light in him. Okay, which means that leads to that death. All right. Okay, now going back to this precept with Micah 2:11, it says, if a man walking in the spirit and falsehood do lie, saying, I will prophesy unto them of wine and strong drink, he shall even be as the prophet of this people. Okay, and that pretty much remind me of Revelation, was that 12:9, which is that the prophet of this people would be symbolic to that great dragon. Okay, and this is 12:9. It said, and in the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent. So that's the prophet of this people, called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Okay, so you don't want to keep on with this philosophy. That's why when he said forsake her, okay, forsake Babylon the Great, because through her we all die. So, I just wanted to make that quick lesson, because it was very spiritual what I experienced this morning. How, all of the jobs and all of these jobs and so on and so forth are being taken out, and they're being chipping away through Esau's machinery. So, Lord willing, I hope this lesson was edifying and straight to the point. And with that, I want to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Wakakadah. I want to give double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth 100% securely. Shalom, DTA, Abba, Kwam Yasharala.